All right, first and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High God. I say, call all Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's all praises to the Most High in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose real name is Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, the anointed for the children of Israel. All right, it's your brother Ra'am from Yahweh's camp, Raleigh, North Carolina. Shalom to the brothers of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Yahweh's camp. Shalom to y'all brothers. Shalom to the elders and the priests of Yahweh's camp. Shalom and shalom to the camps that's scattered abroad. That's all over this world in these last days. Just putting this truth out in truth and sincerity. Shalom to y'all brothers. Shalom to the sisters that's holding it down for their husbands, their sons, daughters, for the family. That's doing their part to help ease this captivity as much as possible. We in Babylon, man, 2025. So it's going to be a group effort when it comes to getting us out of this captivity and into our rightful place, which is the kingdom of heaven. Shalom to the brothers and sisters that's coming in this truth, that's doing this work, that's learning how to do this work, learning how to do this walk. Shalom to y'all as well. And of course, I want to give a shalom to everybody that's watching this channel, right? Please like, subscribe, and share the channel as much as possible. Again, the idea is to get this truth out, to get this understanding out as much as possible, and to be able to attack issues that plague the Black, Latino, and Native American community specifically. So I'm the brother Ra'am of Yahweh's camp. I want to give a shalom to the people that's watching this. The water, thank you for tuning in. As you can see, I'm in my vehicle right now, getting ready to take some stuff over and handle business for the day, but wanted to pull over before I left the house and take a few minutes to go into a few things. So I'm not going to be too long, not going to be too long-winded. I want to get right into the point. As you can see, the title of this lesson or this message is Wisdom is Needed to Rule Well. All right, wisdom is needed to rule well. I don't care if you are running a Fortune 500 company. I don't care if you're running a country, the United Snakes of America, any conglomerate, any municipality. I don't care if you're a principal at a school, if you're a teacher, you're going to need wisdom to make sure that things are governed well. I'm going to say that again. You're going to need wisdom to assure that things are governed well. And when it comes to this truth, it's no different. When it comes to your household as a man, as a father, as a husband, it's no different. It's going to take wisdom. It's going to take a whole lot of things: patience, long suffering, kindness, and we'll get into the fruits of the spirit. But the first thing that you have to have is wisdom, right? And I want to get a few precepts to kind of go into what I mean. This is John 13:13. Yahweh Shai, he teaches this, who the world calls Jesus Christ. He taught this. Now this is going into the Passover. And so I want to just jump down to verse 13. This is John 13:13. Yahweh Shai says this in red letter. Listen up. He says, "Ye call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example. That ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him." Right? So a couple things I want to address here and why I came here first and foremost, and it's the humbleness. All right? First, before you can even decide to lead a group of men, lead a family, lead your wife, lead your children, lead a group of people, humbleness, being humble, having humility is going to be the foundation. Look at this, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, the man who they call Jesus Christ. He is the master of the 12 disciples. He is their Adonai, their Lord, their ruler, right? And he still humbled himself down to wash the feet of his own servants and disciples. He said, "You call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, so I am." He's acknowledging that he is the master and the Lord of these men, but he still humbled himself down and washed the feet of those that were beneath him. And I asked myself, we got to put that same spirit or that same ideology in our daily practices, to be able to humble ourselves down, to the people that we are here to be stewards over. I honestly believe that we are predestinated to be in this truth if you understand predestination. And if you understand predestination, then we as a collective body have to understand that we didn't choose the positions that we're in. I'm a captain in my organization. You got guys who are captains and officers in other organizations. Hell, you even got elders and generals, right? But the understanding and the idea is titles don't matter if it didn't matter to Yahushua. He still understood that he was a master in the Lord, but he still understood that having humility and humbling yourself is going to be the key. And that's why he said in verse 15, for I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you, to be able to wash the feet of those that are beneath us. All right. So just think about these things. I'm not going to be too long, man. I want to get Proverbs 8 and verse 15, because now let's go into the idea of wisdom. What does it mean to have wisdom? And just think about what we're about to go into and how the Most High created trees, animals, people, grass, mountains, waters, elements, certain metals, all things were created by the Most High, right? All things created by the Most High. And he still had to have wisdom, be able to govern the things that were needed. Wisdom had to be able to be established. You need wisdom to rule well. Everybody can rule, but not everybody can rule with wisdom. This is Proverbs 8 and verse number 13. It says, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate. Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom, I am understanding, I have strength. Now think about this. Wisdom isn't being book smart. That's just called being smart. That's not wisdom. There's a lot of people that are wise that are not book smart. Couldn't pass a SAT, ACT, but they have wisdom. And there's a lot of people that are book smart. They know, astrophysics and you got all these rocket scientists and brain surgeons, but they're not wise. Okay, so you have to have wisdom. That's what we're talking about today. Verse 14 says, counsel is mine, and sound wisdom I am understanding, I have strength. Verse 15, by me kings reign and princes decree justice. By wisdom is how kings reign. That's heavy. That's heavy. Because when you go into the book of Kings and Chronicles and you see the former kings that ruled maybe, 2 years, 3 years, they didn't rule with sound wisdom. Let me get the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28. Right? Think about that. There's a lot of kings that was like a vapor. Their reign was like a vapor, like very quick reigns. And you see that in just history, because it wasn't wisdom that they used to rule well. It was being a tyrant, being authoritarian. These things, you may rule well or you may rule for a while, but you're not ruling well. Ruling for a long time is not ruling well. When you suck the natural resources from your kingdom and your people suffer, that's not ruling well. And you could do that 20, 30, 40 years, but you're not ruling well. You're just ruling for a long time. Your legacy is tarnished, right? So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 7, verse 28. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So if you're not dwelling with wisdom, you're on the wrong side of this favor with the Most High God. There really is no real favor with the Most High if you're not using wisdom to go along with your obedience. Wisdom is the key. Wisdom, right? Let me go back a chapter. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. And let me start from the top. It says, hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord. The Most High gave these guys the power. Look at Netanyahu, some of these other guys, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama. You can go down the list of America's presidents. You can go to Saddam Hussein. I'm just thinking of some guys. My guy in Ukraine, right? Zelensky and Putin in Russia, and the guy in China. There's the guy in France, Justin Trudeau in Canada. There's a whole bunch of kings, rulers set up by the Most High. But are they ruling with the wisdom of the Most High? Think about that. It says, for power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of God. These guys don't rule with the wisdom of the Most High. If that's the case, then you would have Sabbath days as a dedicated day once a week where no one's working. I don't care if you're a private organization, private company. If the wisdom of the Most High was truly in America, you would have Sabbath days being kept. Pork wouldn't be considered food. Shrimp wouldn't be considered food. That would be an abominable act, and it would be a jail sentence or worse, death. Adultery wouldn't run rampant through the United States of America. Music, the music that we listen to wouldn't promote violence against black men, against black women. The music that we promote wouldn't promote whoredom from our women. The music that we produce would not promote unalivened children in the womb. We wouldn't even have this as a discussion. There wouldn't be Planned Parenthood. None of that. If the Most High was using, or if America was using the Most High and the wisdom that the Most High gave, these wouldn't be real things. All right. Look at verse 5. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. And that's why we always say, when the man goes off in his family, the family suffers. I did a lesson on this a while ago called the collateral damage of sin. And when you look at the collateral damage of the man going off, the family suffers. So when our families suffer, as men, we got to check ourselves. My finances aren't right. What am I doing wrong? Right? Because it all goes back to the man being responsible for the well-being of his own house. And if the man is not responsible for what's going on, then you ain't really got a solid foundation. Same thing with America, same thing with all these other nations. When your head of state, the heads of state are operating on the wicked side, the whole nation suffers. I want y'all to think about that, what it takes to rule well. Verse 6 says, for mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. Think about that. All right. Let's move over. Let's move over to Galatians, right? Because we talked about the fruits of the Spirit. Let me get Galatians 5:22 and 23. Like I said, I'm not going to be long. I got a few more, then that'll be it. Something quick that was on my spirit in the morning. All right. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love. Well, let me start off at verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. All 5 of those words, 4 of those words, right? It's going to get better. But all 4 of those words is something that's a part of our daily life that's acceptable. It's accepted to be an adulterer. You're actually looked higher or better and more, you have a better status as an adulterer here in America. Think about that. Lasciviousness and fornication and uncleanness, all these things, you're almost looked at as the man. I had your girl. We did this, we did that. Then I sent her back home to you. To be able to have hatred for your brother, to be able to lay with his wife. I want you to think about these things and then wonder why things aren't working well for you. Is it because you have these things against your record? Verse 20 says, idolatry. We idolize these NFL players, NBA players, musicians, rock stars, actors, politicians. We idolize ourselves. Look at your social media. It's all about you. You become an idol with followers, with worshipers. Your follower count is your worshiper count. How many worshipers do I have? And how many people do I worship? Idolatry. Witchcraft. A lot of y'all are into the horoscopes. We're into the astrology. We base our moods based on what they tell us that we're supposed to act like. I'm hard-headed. I can't change me because I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull. I'm lead with my head. That's how we act, right? Hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness. Everybody want to turn up. Everybody want to act a fool out there in these streets. Drunk as all get out. Can't walk down the street properly. Drunkenness, right? Revelings and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in the time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Think about these things. See, a lot of us grow up thinking that I'm 9 years old, 8 years old, and my mom took me to the side and asked Jesus Christ to come into my heart. I got baptized in 9th grade, and all of a sudden, no matter what I do, I'm already saved. Paul just said, right, that the list of things that I've read off from 19, 20, and 21, you will not inherit the kingdom of God. So we have to analyze ourselves and say to ourselves, if this can get me out of the kingdom of heaven, am I truly saved? Don't I need wisdom to understand how to get into the kingdom of heaven? Us just understanding this part on how to not get the kingdom of heaven takes a great deal of wisdom. It does. It takes wisdom. It takes understanding and analyzing and saying, man, if I'm an idolater, if I'm into witchcraft, if I'm an adulterer, I am not going to get the kingdom of heaven, no matter what I said at 9 years old. No matter how much water I went under in 9th, 10th grade. If I continue to do sin, I am not going to get the kingdom of heaven. Verse 22, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay? So I want people to think about the things that we need to rule well. You're going to need to be meek. You're going to have a good temper as far as not being blown up. Be patient. Be gentle with your mom, with your brother, with your uncle. You may have just came in this truth. Some of our folks just came into the truth. Just got here. And we already want to start rebuking our aunts and uncles. Take time. Lead by example. I always tell people, if you want to get your family to hop on board, you must lead by example. If you was smoking weed on Tuesday and you came into the truth, by next week, they should be able to see that you don't smell like weed anymore. They should be able to see your eyes clean and clear. All right? You haven't been high all week. Yeah, I came into this Bible and I put the blunt down. What happened to old girl you was running with? Oh, yeah, she was married. I had to stop dealing with her. That's adultery according to the Bible. I don't do that no more. A lot of us come in this truth and we talk, and we precept everybody to death. And that's good, but at the same time, your actions speak louder than words. Just think about these things, man. All right, let's go back to Wisdom of Solomon 6, and I want to get verse 18, and then we'll end it with Proverbs 8. All right, this is book of Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 18. Now, one of the fruits of the Spirit was love. The first fruit of the Spirit was love. Look at Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 18. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws. Wait, let me read that again. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto God. We must be incorruptible. Incorruptible. Let's have that mindset. Be incorruptible, especially in these last days. We in Babylon, man. It's 2025. Time is almost out, man. Time is almost running out. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we want to be able to be incorruptible. All right. Verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. The desire for wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. The most wise king that the Bible speaks of is who? King Solomon. And what did King Solomon ask the Most High for? He didn't ask for riches and glory and women and all these things. He asked for wisdom. Everything else came later. That's wise. You have to be wise to even ask for wisdom. Just let that sit on your brain. Verse 21 says this. Wisdom of Solomon 6:21. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, if you plan to rule, if your delight and you plan to rule, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. Wisdom is needed to rule well. Wisdom is needed to rule well. All right. Let me get this last one real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. This is Wisdom of Solomon Salakia. Proverbs 8 and 22. It says the Most High, or it says the Lord possessed me in the beginning. This is wisdom speaking, right? That wisdom was possessed in the beginning. It says of his way before his works of old. Before creation, wisdom was possessed. For the Most High to create the heavens and the earth and the depths, he needed to have wisdom to rule well. The Most High used wisdom to do the creation. Wisdom was there with the Most High, allowing wisdom to be created. Allowing the world to be created. Verse 23, it says, I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. This is wisdom saying that the Most High utilized wisdom to be a part of this creation. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High God. Excuse me. Hopefully this was edifying. Hey, listen, if you want to rule well, you must use wisdom. Okay. I'm the Captain Ra'am of Yahweh's camp. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. With that, Shalom.